Hi, everyone. 29 days ago, I sat in front of this camera and said I was going to make an album in Cubase in 30 days. Tomorrow, I begin work on a new album. I plan to release the album on May 19th, 2017. And I did it, but I'm not happy. I have about 35 minutes of music mixed and exported. The problem is I'm only happy with about 15 minutes worth of it. Now, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to tighten up the music I don't like, whether by rearranging, remixing it, or just scrapping it and starting over with new ideas. And I will finish the album, but I'm going to make sure that it's the way I want before it hits the digital shelves. The bottom line is that I'm concluding the album in 30 days project. I think it's safe to say that, in terms of finishing on time, the project has been a failure. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I recently watched a movie on Netflix called Particle Fever. The movie is about the Large Hadron Collider built by CERN in Switzerland. It was billed as the largest and most ambitious science project in the history of mankind. The machine, to my understanding, shoots beams of protons around a big tube, and then shoots another beam of proton around the same tube in the opposite direction. And the goal is to have them crash into each other and create measurable data that can unlock a better understanding of the building blocks of matter. The main building block that had been heretofore undiscovered was the Higgs particle, aka the God particle. And the search for this and other potential particles is what lent the movie its name. While the movie focuses largely on applied physicists trying to get the machine to work in Switzerland, it also gets the perspective of two influential theoretical physicists working at top research universities in the US. One is an older Greek dude from Stanford, and the other one is apparently some badass Iranian-born dude from Princeton. The Greek dude, he advocates a theory called supersymmetry. While the science is beyond my understanding, I think the theory basically states that everything is intricately interconnected in a beautiful symmetrical fashion, and there should be particles beyond the elusive Higgs particle to balance out the equation and/or equations that explain everything in the universe. The Iranian dude advocates a theory of a multiverse. This theory, as best as I can explain it, proposes the existence of multiple universes. These universes are pushing and pulling against each other, and they're responsible for many of the things we simply can't explain in physics. Now, back in Switzerland, they turn on the machine for the first time, and they try to shoot one beam in one direction. It sort of works, and everyone shits their pants, and they start clinking champagne glasses together, but a few days later, the machine totally shits the bed. It breaks, and it takes them years to get to the point where they're ready to shoot the beams into each other. When they do, however, they start getting massive amounts of data to analyze, and the first glimpse at the elusive Higgs boson particle. The movie gets a little technical here, but the upshot is that with the collider, they can determine the weight of the Higgs particle. A lightweight Higgs supports supersymmetry, while a heavier Higgs supports theories about the multiverse. And when the first data comes back in, it appears as if the Higgs will be too heavy to provide any credence to supersymmetry theories. This is clearly a total bummer for the Greek dude, and it leads to my favorite scene in the movie, where the Greek dude is talking to this extremely old Italian dude. The Italian dude is also a theoretical physicist who's spent most of his life working on supersymmetry theories. This guy's all butthurt that the data coming back from the collider is going to fuck with his life's work and basically prove him wrong. But the Greek dude has a much better attitude about it. He talks about how it's good that we now know, and then he utters the best line in the movie. He says, "Moving from failure to failure with undiminished enthusiasm is the key to success." I think that's a badass way to think about life. It's an incredible perspective. Anyhow, they do some more testing and get a Higgs weight that is 5 standard deviations from the mean or something, the point of which is that the initial data was wrong, but they are certain of the weight now. The weight comes in smack dab in the middle of proposed weights that would lend credence to supersymmetry and the multiverse, proving once and for all that the Greek dude and the Iranian dude both had their heads up their asses there the whole time. But this shouldn't be too disheartening for them, because moving from failure to failure with undiminished enthusiasm is the key to success. So, even though I failed to finish my album on time, I'm okay with it, because every failure is an opportunity, and I have a unique opportunity to make my first solo album exactly the way I want to. And what I don't want is to rush it and put something out there that's permanently attached to my name that isn't of the highest quality. That is what YouTube is for. Just kidding. This channel is of the highest quality. It is without a doubt one of the best channels on YouTube, hashtag with few exceptions. So feel free to subscribe, because who wouldn't want to be subscribed to the best channel on YouTube? And I will get back into my bread and butter of doing Cubase tutorials on Monday, and my Sunday soapbox videos, and the Tuesday reviews days, and other stuff as I see fit. And I'll try to incorporate stuff from the album in the tutorials, and I'll do a tutorial on getting music up on the major music distribution sites like iTunes and Google Play and Spotify when the album is done. So stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you who tuned in, and I promise that there's more good stuff to come. It'll be better than ever. Believe me. Bye, everyone.